Hey, this is Courtney with the highlysensitivebadass.com, and today I want to talk to you just a little bit about what a highly sensitive person is. And a highly sensitive person is someone who processes very deeply all the stimulation around them in their personal environment, and it's also considered sensory processing sensitivity. And so people who are this way, actually a trait. Scientists have shown this happens in humans, it happens in animals, and I actually have a highly sensitive dog and one very not highly sensitive dog. But they tend to process things on a very, very deep level. They think things through very deeply. Their experience of life is um, just almost more in tune with the very subtle things happening all the time around them. So it could be just being very aware of your environment, of all this wind blowing, of the light coming from behind my head, of the bells tinkling next to me on the wind chime. For me, I'm just so aware of all the stimulation happening around me at all times, and given certain circumstances, it can be highly overwhelming to me. So people with this who are very sensitive to their environment can easily be overwhelmed with too much going on. They also tend to be very sensitive to beauty, to nature, music, art. A lot of sensitive people tend to be artists, or rather, artists tend to be very highly sensitive. And also, just because you're not considered a highly sensitive person, it doesn't mean you're not a sensitive person. You can still have sensitivity to everything. However, highly sensitive people tend to really feel things much, much deeper. We really love to have very deep, meaningful conversations, and we tend to be very intuitive of what's going on around us, very empathetic to what other people are feeling and experiencing. Very often, people who have this can walk into a room and really sense other people's moods. Other people's moods very much affect us. And being highly sensitive can be an amazing gift because you do feel so much, and you do tend to feel things much more deeply than someone who would not be considered highly sensitive would. And it's something that I think is really important. I don't love the label because I do believe it's possible to over identify with it and use it almost as to feel kind of like a victim to it. And that's something that I did go through, and that's part of the reason that I created this blog. However, it really is helpful because it provides a framework for you to really realize what kinds of situations you should be putting yourself in and maybe keeping yourself away from. I think highly sensitive people tend to lose energy quite easily if they're in the wrong situations with the wrong people, exposing themselves to things that really just overstimulate the nervous system. And creating a frame, just understanding this about yourself can really help you understand how to navigate through life in a way that will kind of protect yourself, protect that energy that you have. So that's kind of my nutshell. I definitely recommend reading Dr. Elaine Aron's book, The Highly Sensitive Person. I am not very sciencey. I'm very much a concept person. She kind of gets down more into the nitty gritty and the bones of it. And she has a great test you can take to find out if you're highly sensitive. But I will say that if you are highly sensitive, you probably know that you are. And it's something that even if you heard the term, you probably thought, oh my God, I think that must be me. And that's what happened to me when I first heard that term. I was like, that has to be me. And sure enough, it was. So the questionnaire will help you go through, and if you answer yes to a certain number of questions, you would be considered highly sensitive. And I do believe there's probably a scale, of high sensitivity, and you may be more sensitive than someone else. However, everyone's very unique, very different. It is different than introversion, actually, and some people do get the two confused. So that is just my little talk about highly sensitive, and I hope it helped you. I would love to hear your comments below, so please leave me a comment, say hello, and I would love to talk to you soon. See you later. Bye.